Welcome back to the Avenue, and I am so glad, so excited that you came in to see me today. To my returning viewers, I'd like to say thank you for coming back again. To the new ones, I'd like to say welcome to this channel. And on this channel, we talk about real money, we talk about real life, and we talk about how to build real wealth. And so today, we're going to talk about that just a little bit. And I know that there's a cliche that we always say, your health is your wealth. It is more than just a cliche, you guys, and I'm going to point out a few things that your health truly is your wealth if you do it the right way. We want to pay attention to not only our money, but we want to pay attention to our health as we're getting this money. It does no good for you to retire at 65 or whatever age you plan on retiring and your body's not well, or you can't do the things that you want to with the grandkids. You can't go on the trip because of health issues. It's vitally important that we take care of our health while we're building this wealth. Stay tuned. Let me go ahead and say up front that your body is your first asset. It is not your bank account. It's not your 401k. It's not your job. It's not the things that you've acquired over the years. It is your body. Why? Because you only get one body. You only get one body to take care of. If you don't take care of that body, then you won't get another one. You can always get another house, another car. You can always, put more money in the 401k, but one body is all you have. So there is a connection between your health and your wealth, but we need to take care of this temple, this body that we've been given. Make sure we pay attention to the things that's going on, the little signals that it gives us, because oftentimes we don't pay attention to the little signals that it's giving us, that it's something slightly wrong, that something slightly off. We need to correct it. We need to pay attention to what we're putting inside of it. Also, we need to pay close attention to that. Make sure we keep our doctor's visits and all of that. We're going to jump into that and talk about all of it. But I just want to make sure we both understand that your body is your number one asset. Now, besides looking good and feeling good, and sometimes people don't feel good and they feel bad for so long that they don't know what feeling good feels like. But looking good and feeling good, you guys, those are assets. Those are things you want to hang on to, because when you don't, I know as far as I'm concerned, when I don't feel good, everything else kind of goes on shutdown. I don't worry about getting the money. I don't worry about money. I don't worry about bank accounts. I worry about what's going on with my body. What do I need to do to make myself feel better? How can I correct whatever it is that's going on? So there is a connection there, physically as well as mentally. We want to do the right things by our body, but we need to do also the right things by our mind, because our mind drives a lot of the things that we do. And if we don't have a healthy mindset, if we don't have a healthy mind going on, if our thoughts are not where they need to be, if our thoughts are not projecting the words that are coming out of our mouths, you can almost tell a lot about a person by the way they talk. If they always talk negative, you kind of know what's going on in their mind. If they always say the wrong thing that's coming out of their mouth, sometimes you say things and you draw things to you. Sometimes you say things and you're feeding on that negative mindset. So we have to be so careful with what's coming out of our mouth. I'm real careful with my words. You don't hear me say stuff like that person is killing me or anything like that. I don't say stuff like that because, that it's coming out of my mouth. I don't want to draw that into my life. Sometimes people say the wrong thing for so long, you feed into that negative side, and next thing you know, it manifests or it appears because you brought it into your life by what you're saying. So it's very important to me to listen to the right things, putting the right things in my mind, to read the right things. When I get up in the morning, I need to be inspired. So I go to the Bible first and read Bible scriptures. I listen to things on the Bible app before I get my day started. I need my mindset set correctly. And this is a part of health, physical as well as mental health. Also, when we are healthy, we're more proactive. We can think better. If your body's not working right, like I said, I don't think straight until my body is functioning, because your You're focusing on, yes, what you should be focusing on, but you're also focusing on, I don't feel good, or I have this headache, I have this backache, something's going on with my arm, I wonder what's going on. You focus on things like that. So your mind is really split between a couple of different things. Plus, if you're not feeling well, you all, this bad health can drain your wealth account. That is a direct correlation with how you feel, your health condition, and how it affects your money. That it can drain your bank account quicker than almost anything. Even if you have insurance, you go to the doctor, some of that stuff is covered, some of it is not covered. And if you try to go an alternative route, most of that is not covered. So you want to remain as healthy as you possibly can, eat the right things, get the right exercise, drink plenty of water, do the things that you need to do for yourself, that you can help yourself out, and then your body will respond to the things. Once you start feeding it what it needs, it'll start responding to that. So just know that it is a direct correlation between your health and your wealth, because bad health will drain your bank account. When you are healthy, you're actually protecting your ability to earn money, to enjoy life. If you're healthy, you have your choice of things that you can do. I know some folks, because of health conditions, maybe leg pain or something, they can only do certain kinds of jobs, sitting down, maybe typing on the computer. But if you're healthy, you have your options of jobs that you can do. You can go further up in those jobs, and just a variety of jobs. Also, you can enjoy life. If you're not feeling good, you may not can travel. You may not can walk as far as you'd like to walk, that type of thing. So this health thing really affects us in a bigger way than just connecting the money with health, but your ability to do certain things depends on your health. So let's stay healthy. The stats say the average retiree will spend $315,000 on health cost after retirement. That is a huge amount, and that's not including emergencies or things that come up that's unexpected. This is just normal health cost after you retire. But we can do some things about that. Just because the stats say that doesn't mean that we're all going to fall into that bucket. If we take care of our bodies before we get to that age, because what we do in youth, what we do on the way to retirement will affect us in retirement. What we eat on the way to retirement will affect us after we retire. What we drink, the way we live our lives, how much sleep we don't get, that all affects us. It shows up, you all. You can't do things and think that, oh, I got away with it. No, your body has a count on everything that you're doing, and it keeps count. And some point in time in the future, that count is going to show up either for you or against you. So the sooner you learn to start doing the right thing, going to bed at the right time, getting the rest that you need, because you cannot make up rest. Some of us think that, oh, I'll just make it up on the weekend. You cannot make up rest. If you're in a rest deficit, you're just in a deficit. Day one, you can start doing better, but you cannot catch up on certain things when it comes to the body. So let's make sure we're taking care of our body. So when we get into retirement, it won't affect us as badly. And we maybe not be in the statistic of $315,000 in medical expenses. And that's excluding any unexpected medical conditions. So when we have this bad health, it does affect us. First of all, you miss work, and sometimes when you miss too much work, you could be canceled about missing so much work. You may have to retire early because things are not functioning, and so you have to get out early. You may not can walk to the building or walk or do the things that you need to do to maintain that job, and so you may have to retire early. And then there are the expenses, the medical expenses, the doctor's visits, going into these extra doctor's visits. We have our normal annual visits that we do every year, but beyond that, there may be some extra visits you have to do when, your body starts showing things in certain areas, if your health starts declining. So it's a convenience thing too, because you would rather be doing something else instead of running to the doctor, every other month, or getting blood work done every 3 months, or whatever the doctor's telling you that you need to do. So it is a convenience issue. It is an expense issue, and it takes toll, and it just makes your life a little rougher than it possibly should be or could be if your health was better. Now, I know you're healthy enough to hit that like button and that subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on the latest information that I'm bringing to you. Hopefully you're getting a lot out of this. Pay attention to what I'm saying because this will help you. Whether you're young, whether you're already retired, do the things that you need to do to help your body out and you will be better off. You'll feel better and you'll be better off for it. Now, there are a few habits that affect both your health and wealth. You can use them in both scenarios. Number one, discipline. If you are disciplined in what you're eating every day, what you're snacking on, what you're eating for lunch, what you're eating for dinner, what you're eating for breakfast every day, just have a disciplined routine that will be beneficial to your health. Discipline in drinking all the water that you should drink, that will be disciplined to your health. Being disciplined to your money also. If you're disciplined to put the money in savings that needs to go into savings, if you're disciplined to make sure you pay attention to that budget and follow the budget, not just make one out, not just pay attention to it, but actually follow a budget, paying down the debt. Discipline works with both sides, your health and your wealth. And you will find if you're being disciplined on one side, it will venture over and help the other side. You know, I had a client that she determined that when the money started getting out of control, she looked at her health side and her eating was out of control and other things were out of control. Once she started turning the dial and getting those back in control, both sides gelled together because they are connected. They are connected mentally. If you can get one under control, more than likely, you're going to have that other side under control too. So keep that in mind. Another habit is delayed gratification. If you're at the grocery store, you know, I go all the time and you see a bag of chips or something that you haven't had in a long time and it's on sale, you might want to go ahead and get it. But if you delay that gratification, knowing that those chips, they're processed food, not good for your body. I don't care how you look at it, not good for your body. And if you delay that gratification and say, you know what, I'm just not going to do that today. It's not on my grocery list. I'm not going to do it. Delayed gratification with buying something also. If you go somewhere and you see something, go to your favorite store just to browse, right? But you see something on the shelf that you didn't come there and you really don't need it, but you like it. You look at it and it's an impulse buy. It's something that, oh, it's cheap enough where it's not going to rock your world one way or another financially. And you say, well, I'll just go ahead and pick it up. But delay that gratification and that $20, that $30 that you would have spent on that item. What if you invested somewhere, put it in a savings account, or pay down a bill with it? This delayed gratification will work in your favor. So you can use it on both sides with health as well. Another habit. Needless to say, planning ahead works in both categories. Planning your meals ahead of time, knowing what you're going to eat for the week or for the day, as well as planning your money out, having a budget, knowing what you're going to spend for that month, for that week. I know other than fish, I usually get all of my produce, whatever I'm going to use for the week, if it'll last long enough, on one day of the week. Now, when it comes to fish, I don't like to buy fish or, seafood products and use them a day or two later. That's just me. I'm just funny like that. So I will go to the grocery store. If I'm going to eat salmon that night, I will go to the grocery store that day, pick up the fresh salmon, bring it home and eat it. I really don't like to eat it the second day, like raw salmon. I don't like to eat it the second day. So I'll get it, prepare it, eat it, and it's done. If I feel like I want shrimp or something else the next couple of days, I'll go on that day and get it. So if I'm going to the grocery store more than once, it's because of seafood. It's not because I forgot something off of my list. But planning ahead makes a difference in both your food as well as in your money. So plan for your health, prep your meals, as well as plan for your money. Prep how you're going to spend your money for that week or that month. And last but not least, I want you to focus on your mindset. Your mindset makes a difference because if you believe that your body as well as your bank account is worth investing in, you will start doing things differently. It's worth investing in your body because when you start doing certain things that you should be doing, such as drinking enough water, your body will start responding to that. When you start doing the things you should be doing in your bank account, your savings account, your investing account, it will respond to that also. So the mindset is, I am worth it, my body's worth it, and my bank account is worth it. So I want to do the right thing by both of those. Now, the one thing that money does for you and that can help you in your health is money can give you options. It will give you options as far as the level of care that you could potentially get. It'll give you options as far as the food you purchase. If you want to go to a more expensive place, Whole Foods, Whole Paycheck, and buy your food there, the quality of food that you can get, it gives you a better chance to do that. If you have the money, you can spend the money on the higher quality food, the grass-fed beef as opposed to the other beef that's sitting there. It's going to cost more. It costs more when they take a lot of these things out of the food that shouldn't be in there anyway. So if you have your money in order, you can up level to a better quality or grade of food. If you want to go to the gym and have a trainer, if you have the money to do that and you feel like that'll help you, that will help. There are scales out there, you guys, weight scales that you can step on. I just got one myself that you can step on in your bare feet, and it'll give you your body measurements as far as your body mass and all of this. So there are things that you can buy to help monitor things yourself before you go to the doctor, before you get there. And if you just want to know more about your body, making sure that you're gaining in the right area, making sure you're losing in the right area, it's just a world out there that's so much information that you can have at your fingertips that'll help you. But it's going to take money to get it. This little scale was not cheap. So it takes money to do these sorts of things, but fortunately the app that I have to go with it, the app is free, and so I can step on it and do the measurements that I need to do. So, but pay attention to all of that because it does make a difference if you want to do care for yourself. And self-care, I'm not just talking about going getting your nails done and going getting your feet done, going getting massaged. That's great, but sometimes you need some mental self-care, some downtime, maybe meditation, just stepping away for a weekend. You know, that's going to cost money to step away for the weekend. Free your mind or join a group that you want to sit around and talk about certain things. Go on a trip that's going to free your mind of some stress. There's some things that you can do to help you with that. And like I said, if you go the alternative way of medication, and this is not 100% putting your doctor down, but this is seeking other ways, more natural ways of healing your body, that's going to cost money because more than likely the insurance company is not going to pay for that. So when you do have the money to spend on these various things, you know, your dietitian or whoever your food specialist is, that's going to require money because they're going to make a plan specifically for you, your nutritionist. They're going to make a plan specifically for you, but it's not going to be free. You're going to have to pay them, and they will draw out a plan, let you know why they're asking you to eat these various things and the supplements you want to take, that type of thing. So all of this works together, but if you have the money to do it, you have these options. If you don't have the money to do it, you may not have the options that I'm talking about, and I dare not tell you to go into debt just to get some of this stuff done. But if we pay attention to our bodies as well as our money, we can come out much better. Bottom line, I'm wanting you to care for your body as well as your health. Don't put one over the other, but make sure you're working in conjunction with both of them. We want this to be a win-win situation, right? And so with that, I will see you in the next video.